Something incredibly shocking is happening right now in the crypto space. And if you're not paying attention, you could be the next victim. A massive $100 million scam has just been exposed. And the worst part, most people still don't realize who's behind it and how deeply this affects the entire crypto industry. If you're not careful, you could be falling into the same trap that's already drained millions from investors. But what if I told you that this scam isn't just another random fraud? It's actually a part of a much bigger pattern that happens right before major market shifts. If you understand what's happening right now, you can position yourself ahead of the market instead of getting caught in the fallout. I'm going to tell you exactly who is behind this scam, what they've said about it, and the hidden details they don't want you to know. I'm also going to tell you why this situation is eerily similar to something that happened right before the last major alt season and what that means for you right now. So if you're worried about your investments, if you don't know whether to panic or prepare, or if you just want to stay ahead of the crowd, then this video is for you and you need to watch it. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's get into today's video. Now guys, today we're talking about Libra scam. There are insane things that actually are coming out to public currently. Coffeezilla, who is the main investigator on the web, is actually the one who is able to interview the guy who is behind Libra scam. And not only Libra, launch of Trump, Melania, and all other coins, they're actually inside the cabal things. The things that you're actually going to hear currently, they are absolutely insane. Just listen to this part. Listen to this part and focus on the Coffeezilla reaction. This is a piece from the interview of Coffeezilla, who is the guy, the main manager, the main founder of the company that was essentially organizing all these launches, including Libra, which is the last one.
And that is a big question on everyone's mind, mine especially, which is, were you part of the Melania launch, and was that sniped as well?
I mean, look, I think that I mean, I told you like beforehand before this started. I mean, I'm happy to share the truth, but I mean, you're asking a question that's it's just, I mean, I'll answer, but it's factually going to put me into a lot of danger, which is fine. I'll answer. I was part of it. I think the team did want to snipe it because of how big the snipe was on Trump's.
The team wanted to snipe Melania coin because how big this was on Trump's snipe. Absolutely insane. Snipers are essentially the people who are buying a bunch of supply of the coin for a very small amount, but very early. In order to snipe successfully, what you have to know exactly that this coin with this specific contract that is launching currently is not a scam, is the exact actual coin that's going to be pushed. So usually in these type of projects, most of the snipers are actually insiders because they're entering right away with hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you would not be doing something like this if only you don't have inside information that this is the exact contract. This is the founder, the guy who pushed these projects. He was on Libra, and right now he's saying that he was on Trump as well, on Melania actually. Let's hear what he has to say on Trump.
I think the best one to look at, like from a, because I know like both money was raised and the most amount of money was made was on Trump. I think that's the best example, just being honest. Because you know that, right? You know that people were able to buy in at 500 million.
Yeah. Like people snipe that coin too, you mean?
No. Like before it launched at some private dinner, that they gave people special access to buying it at 500
What?
million. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Who gave that? Who gave that?
But that was I mean, that was what I was told. Like there were people at some sort of crypto event in Washington D.C.
If that's, I don't know if that's true, but if that's true, that's
what I was told. That's what I was told, by the way.
Okay. And so give me your point. So your point is with that, though.
So my point is with that, and with Trump or any of these big ones, like it is an insider's game. This is an unregulated casino. Like if you're a retail trader thinking you're going to go make millions off of meme coins,
This is absolutely insane. What he's saying is that they were able to get access to buy Trump coin early on some private Washington, D.C. dinner. It's absolutely insane. And he's then saying that, like, as a retail trader, you cannot make money in the meme coin casino, which I would say is true, especially for the last several months that we're seeing on the marketplace. It's true for Solana, but I think a very important distinction that we would actually be making in this video, we will actually put a term on meme coins and attention coins. These are two different categories of crypto coins out there that should be treated differently. Once you would have this mindset, you would understand what game you're actually playing, how much risk you want to be using in each and every part, and what part actually still gives you the option to win, to experience these outsized returns. Because before they started to scam all of the market, many people definitely did make a bunch of money and a bunch of memes. They were just buying early and they were just holding. And you could have made money in meme coins without being an insider. And I think that this type of situation is probably coming back. Here's the chart of Trump, absolute Christmas tree. And there were also a bunch of additional things in their interview that pretty much shows that all of this thing, it was just Iraq a scam in the first place. Just because this is not the president of Argentina, this is the president of the United States, that's why people don't care much, right? We can check out Melania. Melania is, like, a lot of people actually saying that Melania is going to zero. Honestly, I do think that Trump should be going to zero as well. Look at this. This is the coin of the first lady. This is the coin of the wife of the president of the United States. This guy in the interview, what he did, he just exposed two presidents. That's absolutely insane. And we can obviously focus on the chart of Libra, which is the recent coin that was launched. All this stuff is getting known about Libra at this stage is absolutely insane. This is the chart of this thing. $100 million extracted, lost from this thing. It's just a part of the whole thing. This is just the start, because thus far we've spoke about Trump launch and we spoke about Melania coin launch. Let's move on. Right now we're coming closer to the recent launch, which is the launch of coin Libra by the president of Argentina. He was essentially sharing that Milei, right? Biggest scam of 2025, Libra. So to simply the storyline of today, many influencers were sent large amounts of Libra for free in exchange to bull posting. They pretty much got just sent this token for free, so they will be posting about this and, like, they will be doing marketing. Absolutely insane. We'll discuss this as well. They were asked to not sure they had received the tokens for free, which is quite default for this industry, right? But it's still like they are not paying for them. You are the ones that have to pay with your own money that are probably earned in a hard way, right? And these people, they're just getting these things for free and they're just dumping on you. It's insane. Dave Portnoy was sent 6.5 million tokens, his words, but sent them back. 6.5 million is 0.65% of supply. This is a giant sum of money. Like, at the tops, it were millions of dollars, more than 10 probably. They then chose to trade the token as he knew it was legit, yet somehow lost 5 million. We'll discuss this later, but this is mental. Like, the fact that, like, it's so funny that he declined these funds, then he decided to trade and he lost 5 million. Dave was then refunded for his losses by Hayden personally. Hayden is the guy that we have just seen a part of the interview with, the guy who organized the whole thing, right? And he was behind a bunch of these launches. Dave was refunded $5 million. Absolutely insane. Why? You have to ask why. Why they decided to refund Dave Portnoy? Probably to make sure that his mouth would be shut, right? The Vape Cabal claims they received 0 tokens, but have admitted to early knowledge of the token. Vape Cabal is essentially the group of influencers on X who are scamming Solana boys for the last several months. And this last scam was just the peak. I do believe that their lives might be in danger currently. A lot of them, they actually blocked their X pages. They're not posting anything at this stage. We'll talk about this one as well. Absolutely insane. Bubble Maps also discovered same team launched Melania and Libra. Insane. And what is happening on the marketplace currently in connection to all of these events? Sentiment worse than the crash of FTX exchange in the bear market. Might be the worst timeline sentiment since FTX. This is something that Ansem, king of Solana, is sharing. Big scam. So you are now telling me Meteora team founders are very likely involved in insider trading on Trump, Melania, and Libra. Jupiter team also seems to have some lower tier involvement. This is bad. So bad I might add that BNB to my name and identify as a Binance chain maximalist. This is insane, and there are rumors on the street that Jupiter team, they actually knew about this thing, as far as some of the employees of Jupiter were able to make $43 million on the recent launch. I think actually not on the recent launch, but on the launch of Trump, which means that they had insider info before. So it definitely pays to work in the crypto companies, right? Quality are better than fast money. The Libra rack set many back to zero. This is the self-correcting Kobe refers to. Kobe is a billionaire who essentially was shitting on these type of meme coins, and he is saying that the market will correct itself, and this frothy behavior will just be removed by itself, which is exactly something that has happened, but it is removed through people losing millions and millions of dollars. I am saddened that pain is the only way to fix this mess, but it's true. Again, you hold quality because it lasts, not because it's always the most exciting. Quality always has another life. You can definitely see some things start to build up for the potential alt season, and we're talking about this as well because Ethereum is actually way stronger than BTC on the chart in the last 24 hours. Absolutely insane things are happening to Ethereum at this stage that we have never seen in the last months. KOLs have gone missing. Observations. Gigi has not live streaming days. This is this girl on X who is showing I am spending 16 hours in the trenches, and this is just a skill issue, and all you have to do is just to be right on the coins. And in fact, she just had insider info, right? And this is why the situation is very, very similar to Satoshi VM, and this is why a lot of people actually pissed, right? Because not only they were receiving this insider info, they were kind of blaming it on people, like it's skill issue, it's your fault, you could have made this money. There are stories of people making millions of dollars from 1K and all these type of things, right? But in fact, they were just receiving insider info, and they are the ones who, to the most part, were the only ones who actually able to make money. It's a very, very similar situation to the Satoshi VM a year ago, and that's why I'm essentially observing on these things. That's why I'm talking on these things, and that's why I'm actually going to tell you what's going to happen next, because we very, very well know what happened after Satoshi VM. Banks is crashing out. Orangey has not posted in 13 hours. Friend has not posted in 23 hours. Thread guy has not posted in 32 hours. All of these guys are part of Vape Cabal. I do believe they might be quite scared, not even for their lives, but probably for the real opportunity for them to go to jail. Although I would say at this stage they're kind of protected by the president of the US, right? Because if they would have to go to jail, it would mean that the president of the US would actually have to go to jail as well. Because some of these guys, they publicly shared, they publicly confirmed that they had insider info on Milani. And that's the way that they made a bunch of money. Champ has not posted in 52 hours. Hayden Davis, the guy that we have just seen the fragments of interview with Coffeezilla, right? CEO of Kelser Ventures. This is the company that helped to launch all these things. Who launched the Argentina coin Libra. Interviews with Coffeezilla and defends insider trading and creating artificial demand by sniping supply of the token at launch. Javier Milei, president of Argentina, has been charged with fraud, and Congress calls for impeachment for promoting a crypto coin that crashed over 90% from all-time highs over $4 billion market cap. Now, personally, I don't think that something that anything will be happening to the president of Argentina, although I do know that in South America, countries that are very, very easy to impeach presidents. This is definitely something that is happening. Right now, at this stage, I don't think that this is something that will be happening because easily the same thing could be done to Trump. Easily. Crypto is in a state of shock and disarray. This is just the beginning of the fallout. The irony of crypto, it's all on chain and there is nowhere to hide. I can tell you right now 100% this is not the beginning of the fallout. This is new dawn of something very, very nice. Something very, very positive. Something I was actually telling you on this channel for last several weeks that is going to happen. And I was actually praying for you to be positioned in altcoins, low leverage loans, and spot, because this is something that will be happening 100%. Crypto Epstein moment. The Libra KOL list will be bigger than the Epstein guest list. So there are rumors that the list of KOLs that received allocations would actually be published, which will definitely put certain mark on certain KOLs out there. Like, this situation is very, very similar to Satoshi VM last year, 100%. It's just that out of the bear market, there were even more people, like the negative energy was bigger and higher because people were coming out of the bear market. Like this time, some people, they definitely already made some money, so they're quite all right. But yeah, and I do have this tingle inside me that a lot of people, or at least some people that were actually involved in Satoshi VM case, they are involved in here as well. At least they were getting insider info, and some of them actually confirmed this as well. International scam. Did he just afraid and sleep and say it's an international scam? Libra, let's listen to this part. Absolutely insane.
Of course, they might not get all their money back,
Bro,
but people generally like getting something
because I have
back.
people who are like, hey, send me $1.5 million, I go kill your family. So I still have those people to deal with,
Well,
regardless if I
you're not going
refund
to send
the
them
50.
money, are you?
Of course not. But
Okay,
now,
well, then-
now I have to protect my whole fucking family.
No, well, the first thing you should do is get the money out of your hands. You need to go to a reputable firm. You need to set up a legal structure to get this money out of your hands so you, Hayden, do not have access. Like, part of the reason you're scared is because you do have access to $100 million.
Sure, but that's also, yeah, correct. But if I'm being extremely transparent, honest, that's also my leverage with certain groups and parties, right? The fact that I have control is also what's making
This guy's pretty smart.
me a target and also protecting me, because this is an international incident.
This is international incident. This is not some just random fucking scam. It's not a scam, right? It's like the comedy. It could have only happened in crypto because most of these guys, they're under the age of 23, 24, 25. Like the fact that he's just going, he's doxing himself, he's publicly confirming to at least certain crimes. He could go to jail for the whole of his life. It's insane what is happening. But if they would truly go through this case, there is a high chance that they will essentially catch Trump, or some dirt would essentially be put on Trump. That's why I do believe this is part of the reason of why they were doing things that they were doing. Let's continue.
This isn't like some random fucking scam. This isn't a scam. This is a plan gone very wrong at a presidential level.
Actually, I agree with you. It is a plan.
So
that's
if I
gone wrong
custody
at
it with
an
somebody
international
else,
level. True.
even if it's a trusted third party, I lose my leverage. So until, and I told you off the record what I think is going to happen, or maybe it was on, I don't even remember at this point, until I have answers from Javier Milei, until I have answers from his group, until I get an actual real game plan, this is why I gave it a 48-hour window. It was like, until somebody presents a great plan besides some bullshit thing where it's going to take 6 months, if that's the right plan, I'll do it. No problem. Don't care. 100%. We'll give custody over. I don't give a fuck. I don't want anything to do with this at all. Zero. But right now, where I'm sitting is my reputation is crushed, which is fine. I'm a target of one government, potentially more. And my only leverage point is that I have all this money. And so it's a much bigger decision than just let's get into somebody else's hands. It's not that type of thing. And it's not that type of story.
He probably has some cartels after him 100%, and maybe even cartels that are not involved. Or at least like if he even lost some money of the cartel, which he definitely could have, because like in South America, like, yeah, it's quite crazy in terms of this thing. These people, they chop up people and they sell them on the dark web. Like it's insane. And this guy can really be in danger, right, at this stage. But why he dogs himself, why he's talking about these things, it's absolutely insane. So who actually was involved? Dave Portnoy. This is the biggest comedy piece of the whole thing. Like, it's insane. Dave Portnoy lost $5 million but was refunded $5 million. Lost 26,577 Solana, 5.3 million. So he's short 300k still. And this happened when he actually knew before that this is the insider launch. He knew the contract and still he managed to lose money. It's insane. So he did not buy right away. He bought later. He almost bought the top and he entered with $5 million. Dave Portnoy admitting to be in this scam. Dave Portnoy revealed he was offered over 6 million Libra tokens pre-launch. However, he sent them back after being told he could not disclose receiving them. There are likely dozens of influencers who accepted tokens without disclosure. He is the only one who came forward. Insane. Dave Portnoy wallets. Bought Libra for 4.9 million, sold for $350,000. P&L minus 4.5 million 5 hours. Rest in peace. And what happens after? The guy we have just seen the interview with, he refunded $5 million to Dave Portnoy. Most likely just for Dave not to talk about it. Just to shut his mouth and just to be silent. The fall guy sends himself to jail a second time. Did he just send himself a second time to jail? Insider trading confirmed. This one is, I'm very interested because the guy who's doing the interview, the CEO of this company who's been doing the launches, many people are saying that he's just a fall guy, he's just a scapegoat that people just send to take on all the blame. But I do think that people underestimate the stupidity of the space and who actually is running it. These are kids. They are kids. And most likely they're on drugs as well. Like, you can hear that this guy is quite scared at this stage, right? And I can probably kind of feel that like he's on some type of drugs as well. Sharing all these things, having all these calls, it's insane. Like, what is the reason for you? Just remove everything, delete everything, move to Dubai. That's it. You will be fine.
I can't say that I or anybody that knew about that, or Manu or Mauricio, haven't told a singular soul. I can tell you very few people knew. The idea of insiders to me is always bullshit, because every meme coin I've ever known or invested in or been a part of, like, the people that benefit are the people that know, like, the people that benefit the most are the people that structure the deal, similar to any other business in the world. People that are closest normally make the most money or lose the most money, one of the two. So I think that's a bit of bullshit, and that's just like crypto people that are angry that they're like, there's always there's an unfair advantage if you're a genius on chain and you know how to game the system on Meteora. And there's 30 guys in the world that know how to do that better than anybody.
He's talking about snipers and sniping team, and like these guys, they have professional software, they constantly develop it. Like all the public snipers that you get access to, if these things would really work, you would never be getting access to them. These teams, they have their own private software. What they do, they essentially snipe these type of launches. They're making millions of dollars if they're successful. Sometimes they also get in burden, right? Because I do remember there was a launch of quite a big coin somewhere in the last year, and the guy was able to snipe it initially, but at the same time he was sniping all the tickers that were present with these coins. So he probably he was praying and praying, so probably in the process he actually lost a bunch of money as well. But overall he was in profit.
So it's like,
yeah, but there's wait. There's unfair games, right? There's people who know everything about stocks. You can be Warren Buffett, but there's a difference between being Warren Buffett and being a guy with insider knowledge on like Pfizer Pharmaceutical and trading on your insider knowledge. So I think the frustration is people are frustrated that not that you're good at trading, but that you knew something, know what the public didn't know, and you traded on that information, which in the public markets it would be illegal. It would be insider trading.
Right, but on meme coins, A, it's not, and B, that's what happens on every single deal. I mean, every KOL, every single one globally, that's how their main money gets made. They know about a deal, they agree to a deal, and then they make money on the deal.
Now, this is something I think we have to discuss. I do believe that he's actually right, and something that he's mentioned is happened because all of your biggest meme coins like Popcat, Weaves, your Brads, they all have one thing in common. They have supply control. Without the supply control, they would never be in the position as they are currently. But you can also calculate what is the amount of coins that actually at that levels, at least were at that levels, in comparison to everything that was launched on the marketplace ever, and how many scams they actually were that also had supply control. They were reaching nice market caps like 100 million, 200 million, and they were scamming right after. At least these guys, they did not scam. So you can think about it as a business operation. They take in some people for marketing, they control the supply, they push. If they are kind enough, I would say, they won't be farming too much, right? Because people are saying that, wow, like it's $100 million scam and things like that. Do you know how much money was farmed on Breton base? I can tell you at least $50 million. Anyone talks about it? We definitely have seen some talks after the first time it dropped, right? But then it went to $2 billion market cap, and they were able to do this, and they were definitely risking, and they were definitely spending their own money. But why I'm saying that meme coins are short-term not going to do that well is because most of these projects, through the recent dip, they lost the supply control that they had. They most likely significantly decrease the amount of supply that they control at this stage. Therefore, they would have to compete with all season, with Ethereum pumping. They would have to compete with all this negative sentiment around meme coins, and they would have to compete with new projects that are coming out on the marketplace with the full supply control. And for the influencers who are pumping, pushing different meme coins, it's always better to jump on some new thing, right? Because you would be able to extract more. Probably I do think that at this point of time, we won't be seeing some extraction for at least a short period of time. And there is still a way to actually be making money if even you are not an insider, the way to make money is through time, because this is the only edge you have as a retail market participant in this game. If meme coin is being launched, there are some insiders, and you're just buying, you're just holding. You're just holding, and through time, you actually get into leverage. Obviously, it's quite risky, because this thing cannot even pump in the future, right? But this is how you essentially even up your chances with the amount of insiders that are there in the coin. Let's move on. So what the guy did, the one who has been launching and the one who's the interview is, he doxed himself. He just threw 2 active presidents under the bus. He has $110 million in stolen funds under his control. Just reading this, I can tell you he's 100% under drugs. Like, he's smoking weed or something. Like, he's not talking in this situation like someone who is clean, 100%. So this industry is being ran by kids that are under the age of 24 that are on drugs. It's absolutely insane. Admitted to insider trading on multiple occasions, which is actually a criminal case in the US, and he should be in jail. But then you probably have to put Trump family in jail. Most likely it's not happening, right? Frank D. Goetz, something that he was admitting to as well. He is the member of the LA Vape Cabal, and he also had insider info on these launches. If you've been in crypto for more than 4 years and you are not somewhat of an insider yet, you need to rethink your strategy. Honestly, I am an insider. I do use my copy traders as exit liquidity whenever I get bored. It's very interesting that when Brad was exposed, I would say, Crash was also sharing a lot like, I'm an insider, I'm inside your girlfriend, and things like that, right? At least in that case, people did not lose money heavily, although they definitely farmed a lot, but they pushed the market cap of the whole thing bigger right after, so all you had to do is essentially hold, right? In these cases, this is just pure money extraction. This is insane. Imagine some 24-year kid just sitting there on drugs with $100 million, trying to get some message from the president of Argentina team in order to figure out what he should be doing next. It's insane. And imagine the quality of decision he would be able to make in this situation. Jupiter knew 2 weeks in advance. So Jupiter is a DEX on Solana. On Libra. Since the start, Jupiter has always placed a massive premium on transparency. The meme coin launch game is a dirty game with plenty of ugly behavior. We, however, have nothing to hide. So here are the facts as clearly as we can say them. A few members of the Jupiter team knew that there would be, at some point, a token project associated with Argentinian President Javier Milei. We learned of this 2 weeks ago, directly from Kelsier Ventures, which is the company of the guy that we have been watching fragments of interview with. While we were initially unsure, we then saw credible evidence in the form of public tweets from Milei's personal account that he was serious. There are rumors on the streets that a bunch of Jupiter employees, they made like 1, 2, 5, 10. I even heard a number of $43 million. That probably was made on Trump. And after Trump launch, there were also a bunch of rumors and things on X that a bunch of employees from Meteora, that's also like a DEX on Solana and Jupiter, they essentially had inside information. And after Millennial launch, many people just admitted on X that, yeah, I had private information, I had inside information, I actually profited on the coin because I knew. And some people actually share this information publicly as well, which is insane. The only one who didn't scam you. This part will essentially comment to what you have to be doing currently, right? What to do now. All right, all these millions of dollars were actually extracted. Should you believe in the market? Maybe there is some space that is actually still flourishing. And what's next? Where liquidity is actually going to come to next. What's next is actually something I've been screaming at you for the last 3 weeks at least on this channel. Next is Ethereum, next are alts, next is alt season. And we have crazy, insane similarities with Satoshi VM case that I will share at the end of this video as well. Let's move to this tweet. Luna, Duke One scammed you. FTX, SBF scammed you. Celebrities scammed you. Trump scammed you. Binance, CZ scammed you. Argentina's president scammed you. Pamfon scammed you. Solana scammed you. Vitalik Buterin, the only one who didn't scam you. Time to come back to Ethereum. And you can say about Vitalik like he's soy boy and things like that, but he really never scammed anyone. And it's huge in this space. It's insane, right? Ethereum liquidity is sitting above current price. So these are giant shorts, right? And in the last 24 hours, Ethereum is much stronger than Bitcoin, which is something that we have never seen in months. BTC hasn't topped at this stage. I also don't think so. This chart shows us that we should be going to like $250,000 at least. Last cycle, Bitcoin hit the 2-year MA X5 red line during the true cycle top. If history repeats, BTC will top out well above 260k. This is actually something I do believe as well, because I don't think that like most people who are calling about $150,000 they would be eventually right. I'm not buying this at this stage, right? Ethereum rally will be hated. Sheldon is Sharon. The next Ethereum rally is going to be so hated. It's time to shut all adopters up. This is the chart of Ethereum BTC. And we are seeing that Ethereum BTC chart is actually at the global support. Ethereum BTC chart retraced the full move up from the previous cycle. This is the exact bottom. And I want you to give you this phrase. I want you to ingrain this in your minds. If someone is entering the market right now, he would have entries better than 90% of people who are actually present in the market at this stage. One more time, if someone is entering the market currently, his entry would be better than the entries of 90% of people who are present in the market at this stage, which means that by default, he's in the group of 10% of people in this space who are making 90% of the money. And this is why you actually have to be buying currently. But you can ask yourself a question, do you have money to be buying currently? Imagine people who have money to be buying currently. These are people that actually deserve to buy right now. Most people are either liquidated at this stage or they are fully in the market right now. But if you have entry points around these levels, you still will be doing very, very well. Is this the start? We can also see on this chart that Ethereum is outperforming BTC. And I do believe Sol is going to $120. Like I'm not seeing this thing recurring anytime soon. So to sum up the whole situation, it's definitely detrimental for this space. It probably would be the end of this rotation meta that we're seeing currently, right? But the real benefit of something like this happening is that people will finally switch to the projects where they can actually believe in something. They will switch back to the tech. And what is the value proposition of the tech? The value proposition of the tech is that people with money will actually finally be able to join this space, because no one with big money is actually joining to buy meme coins. No one is doing this, right? And once we will have this crazy Ethereum run, it will also be sucking out liquidity out of the market. I do believe that once Ethereum starts to run, it will just run by itself for quite some time. And I do believe it will be sucking out liquidity out of Solana, although Solana liquidity is not that big at this stage. Now, the similarities with Satoshi VM case. What are the similarities at this stage? The similarities. Let me actually share the tweet that I just posted myself. I think it's just golden. We should probably go through it, and yeah, it's just insane. Current LA cabal purge and hate is similar to Satoshi VM hate last year. Anger and depression fueled together and directed at people that made money on the back of others. You know what started after. Alt season. This is the chart of market sentiment. And I do believe that there is actually a pure, clear reasoning of why things like the current case with Libra and why things like Satoshi VM, they actually happened before the alt season. And why a giant form of hate actually is forming around people that take advantage of others. What you have to understand is before we're essentially entering these states of depression and anger, some people, they're definitely making money. And we had our mini alt season that a lot of people were able to make money on. But as soon as we started to go down, a lot of people, they start to be in anxiety, denial, panic, because they thought that the cycle is ending, which means that if the cycle is ending, they have to scam as much as they can before the whole thing essentially ends. I do believe that this is a great reason of why Trump was launched, right? And this is definitely a great reason for why Melania was launched, Car, Libra, and all these type of things, because they felt internally that they might be running out of time to actually scam people. And I do believe if we're speaking about Solana meme coin Coffeezilla, 100%. Cycle is done for it. It had its stages of disbelief, of hope, of optimism, euphoria, complacency, 100%. Solana meme coin, Coffeezilla, cycle is done, right? And right now, at the stage of anger and depression, when people realize that people they actually trusted, people that were leading them into this Coffeezilla actually scammed them out of the money. They robbed them. And on top of them, they did not even rob them. On top of it, they were actually telling them, this is the skill issue. You are losing because you are not good enough, whilst having inside information at the same time, whilst only just be making money on the marketing skills, on the fact that they know some people that help them to push themselves into the public space and things like that. This is the issue that most of the market who was playing in this because, you know, we're experiencing, right? And all this anger and all this depression is fueled together and directed at these people. The case is exactly 100% similar to the Satoshi VM case last year. What we had right after Satoshi VM case, we had final altcoins in common. And I do believe that this is something that will be happening currently. I would say it's even like the last signal that you only need to have at this stage. So again, I'm praying for you, position into altcoins, position into alts, get low leverage longs as well if you would want to, right? And just hold. The next year, people who would actually be holding, they will be outperforming. If you don't believe in the full year outperformance, at least upcoming 2 to 3 months should be very, very good for you just holding assets. And be euphoric, be dumb right now. Don't get euphoric at the top. At the top, you will already need to sell. You would need to de-risk. You would need to set some stop losses in place as well. Right now, be dumb, be euphoric, enter leverage longs. Copy the behavior that you usually have at the euphoria stages. Copy this one right now. Thank you very much for watching this video. Stay healthy and rich, and I will be seeing you tomorrow.